जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज विहारी जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज विहारी जय गोपीजना वल्लभा जय गिरिवरधारी जय गिरिवरधारी जय गोपीजना वल्लभा जय गिरिवरधारी जय गिरिवरधारी जय गोपीजना जय गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजना यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजना यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज विहारी जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज विहारी जय गोपीजना वल्लभा जय गिरिवरधारी जय गिरिवरधारी जय गोपीजना वल्लभा जय गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजना यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजना यमुना तीरा वनचारी, यमुना तीरा वनचारी, यमुना तीरा वनचारी, यमुना वनचारी। जयो राधा माधवा, जयो कुंज विहारी, जयो राधा माधवा, जयो कुंज विहारी। हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा, कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। जय राधा कालचंदी, राधा कालचंदी, राधा कालचंदी श्री राधे। जय जगन्नाथा जगन्नाथा, बलदेवा जय सुभद्रा मैया। जय गौरनिताय गौरनिताय गौरनिताय, जय गौरनिताय। जय प्रभुपादा जय प्रभुपादा, प्रभुपादा श्रील प्रभुपादा। हरिनाम संकीर्तन महायज्ञ की जय। निताय गौर प्रमानंदे, हरि हरि हो। ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं, श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च। श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं। श्रीराधाकृष्णपादा Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindho Deenabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Shri Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Shri Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Partitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabho Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. I would like to welcome you all to this Friday's evening program, and thank you Anand Prabhuji and Mataji. She is there. Okay, see, that is a humble nature of a true Vaishnava. Always in the back, they serve so much, but they never come in the front. That is the greatness of a Vaishnava. So thank you both of you, Prabhuji and Mataji, for hosting today's program and facilitating. I know it's very tough to do this, but yet you have volunteered to do this. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Please accept my humblest obeisances. Next, I would like to thank elders here, Dilip Prabhuji's parents. Thank you, uncle and auntie. We are all small kids. You have seen life. I am just blabbering something from theoretical knowledge, but you have seen practical life. So please bless us so that we always be thinking of Krishna. And then I would like to, welcome you all, the Vaishnavas. Very senior Vaishnavas like Balram Hari Prabhuji is there, Radha Krishna Prabhuji is there. They are all very exalted. Satish Prabhuji is there. All of you are there. Mohan Prabhuji, just by looking at Mohan Prabhuji, you want to chant more. That is the greatest quality of a Vaishnava. Just by looking at someone, you want to pick up the beats and chant. Right? Just by not even hearing, just by looking at them. That is the greatest quality of a true Vaishnava. Very nice. Thank you, Prabhuji. Please kindly continue to inspire us like this. Mataji also. Where is Mataji? Yeah. She also does so much. All the Matajis, don't think that I'm picking on one. All the Matajis in the backgrounds, they do so much of service. Bringing prasadams, making sure the husbands are on time. Coordinating all of that, and making the rubber meet the road is all possible only by them, right? So thank you, Matajis also, and except one, she is not my Mataji, and the energetic kids. Nityalu is looking like a Vishnu Duta here, directly, right? And I will keep going blank. Shreya is the Vishnu Duta in a modern way. I'm just kidding. I don't want to put you on the spot. I don't think otherwise. And we have the greatest hero here, Surya, Chandra. So we have all the, he's Chandra, and that's why you are there. He is sleeping. Moon, So nice to have you all. Thank you once again. Please come, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. So we'll continue to do this on the Siksastakam. The number one goal of human life is to attain dash, fill in the blank. Prema Bhakti Prabhuji said, Goloka Vrindavan Prabhuji said. One said Dhamma, one said the emotion, the rasa. Yeah. And anybody else? The goal of human form of life is only one thing, dash. Krishna Bhakti, Mataji said, wonderful. Yeah, that's also a rasa. Love of Godhead. Prabhuji, which Prabhuji said? Somebody said, oh, Satish Prabhuji, yes. Love of Godhead, Krishna Bhakti, Vraja Bhakti, Vraja Prema Bhakti. Prabhuji said Vraja Prema Bhakti, right? Prema Bhakti, yeah. So Vraja Prema Bhakti is topmost. Yeah. If somebody is extremely wealthy, what happened? If somebody is extremely wealthy and the riches are so much that we can't even comprehend, right? And suddenly someone comes and then breaks the door of that wealth. He has put all that wealth, like in a typical adventure movie. You have to cross 7 islands, then you have to go into you will have a triangle, and then there is water going inside, nobody knows, and then you go deep, and then you will see underneath the water there is a huge palace, and then you break the thing, and then you have zillions of snakes. That reminds of some movies, right? Adventure movies. And then you cross through those things, and then there is a demons come and then attack, and then further you go, and finally there is a huge box full of wealth, extremely rarest jewel that is there. So that is the way to go and access it. Practically it's impossible to access. And straight up there is somebody who has put an unknown direct link to that. Means if you push the button, then immediately that box will come out. And then you can just take it. You don't have to go to the, cross 7 islands, go into the deepest water valley and go underneath, go to the palace, all in the under the water and all. You don't have to do all of that. You just press a button and then boom, the box will come out. Somebody has given. That is what Lord Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu did. Golokera prema dhana harinama sankirtana. The supreme most wealth of that Goloka, prema dhana. We don't even know actually. You cannot even think. Whatever the greatest love emotion that you experience in this world cannot be compared to 1/1,000,000th of an iota of tip of the hair of a buffalo. I'm thinking that buffalo has a lot of hair, or maybe lion, whatever. That dhana, Harinama Sankirtana, has been encapsulated and given in the form of Harinama Sankirtana, right? But we don't understand, and especially our minds do not understand at all that supreme wealth. We cannot even comprehend that. So he broke open the doors and gave direct access in the form of Harinam Sankirtana Yajna. That's why only most intelligent people, they actually take it to that process. The most, Amarendra Prabhuji said that, right? He gave that shloka. What was the shloka? Krishna Varnam Tusha Akrishnam Sangopangastra Parshadam Yagner Sankirtaner Prayer Yajantihi Sumedhasa. Right? Such a great Harinam, that wealth has been given to us. And even though Sriman Mahaprabhu was an extremely learned scholar by himself, he proved that many, many times. Of course, he doesn't need to prove. He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself. He gave only 8 of these verses. They are called Siksastakam. Yeah. And these Siksastakams are the prayers that we are focusing on. Okay, of that, first one is, if you can go down, Prabhuji. Yeah, just keep it there. Cheto-darpana-marjanam bhava-maha-davagni-nirvapanam shreyah-kairava-chandrika-vitaranam vidya-vadhu-jivanam, anandambhdhi-vardhanam, prati-padam purnamritasvadanam, sarvatma-snapanam, param vijayate, vijayate shri-krishna-sankirtanam. Anybody would like to read the translation?
Glory to the Sri Krishna Sankirtanam, which cleanses the heart of all the dust accumulated for years on the head, extinguishes the fire of the conditional life of repeated birth and death. The Sankirtana moment is the prime benediction for the humanity at large, because it spreads the rays of the benediction moon. It is the life of all the transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss, and it enables us to fully taste the nectar for which we are always anxious.
Beautiful. For which we are always anxious. That is the nectar that we are always anxious to receive, but we don't know that. Yeah, and because we don't know that nectar, we take the other nectars of this world. Right? That's why there are so many pubs and all these things. Right? So, cheto-darpana-marjanam, bhava-maha-davagni-nirvapanam. Davagni, this material existence is like a forest fire. We have discussed that last week. And we actually don't, in spite of so much of graphic description, we don't understand how difficult this actual life is. Until the nature teaches us very, very harshly, we don't understand that. Sometimes nature has to teach us harshly. Until then, we do our thing only. That is the unfortunate thing. But sarvatma-snapanam param vijayate shri-krishna-sankirtanam. So this shri-krishna-sankirtanam is the way, this Harinam is the only way we can remove the impurities. We talked about a analogy, right? Rinse soap. You guys were there? You were all there? Rinse soap. Only with that you can clean up our anarthas. Because the darpana, cheto-darpana, darpana means mirror, is reflecting all nonsense only. That's why famous Annamacharya also said this song. Hari nama me kadu anandakaramu marugavo 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 manasa. Oh manasa, oh mind, please understand that Harinamam is the only sweetest thing that can cleanse your mind. Marugavo, understand that this one fact. Marugavo, marugavo, marugavo manasa. Harinama me kadu anandakaramu. Anandakaram. It gives the supreme bliss. All the is a Vaishnava Acharya. He gave this kirtan. So Harinam is the only way we can experience that. Right? We'll go to the next one. So I want all of you to close your eyes, and this is Sriman Mahaprabhu's purport for this shloka. So let's meditate and repeat. All of you please close your eyes, and whatever I say, because this is meditation for us, the Lord himself is saying this. So please repeat outwardly. If you can't, if you feel shy, you can inwardly also. But repeat. By performing congregational chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, one can destroy the sinful condition of material existence, purify the unclean heart, and awaken all varieties of devotional service. So, if we do, so there is a process and there is an outcome. What is the process? Anybody wants to say? Huh? Harina. And then what is the outcome? Yeah, and then does what? And then yeah, so many are not focusing. It awakens devotional service. It awakens. That is how the Navavidha Bhakti unmanifests. And also, not only Navavidha Bhakti, actually, all the rasas, Mataji, I mistakenly said Navavidha Bhakti, but all the rasas of the devotional service. Right, especially Madhurya Ras, Vatsalya Ras, Dasya Ras, and Sakya Ras, all these, they get manifested. Okay, when we do, what is the input and what is the output? Input is Harina, and the output is this. We can actually get this. Please repeat after me. The result of chanting, now the phala, means the fruit of this is coming, is that one awakens his love for dash, fill in the blank, Krishna. We just see Krishna, flute, God, one coconut, and then that's all. Maybe pictures, and that's how I used to also go. That's all. Krishna, Krishna, our God, Hindu God, or North Indian God. Somebody said North Indian God, like that. Why? Because we don't have the love for Krishna. So the result of this chanting, this is the reason why everybody is, Acharyas are telling us chanting, chant. Why? Because then the result is that we truly then awaken the love for Krishna. And, please repeat, and taste transcendental bliss. Ultimately, one attains the association of Krishna and engages in his devotional service as if immersing himself in a great ocean of love. Yeah. So imagine you go to the Friday evening parties or Saturday parties, especially in summer, you have the poolside party. Everybody go and jump into the water. And they'll have fun, and then all the kids will come with hungry, and then they'll eat pizzas and all that. Right? Everybody loves that, right? How many of you love to be in the water all the time? Yeah, because it's so fun, right? And it's an easy way to get exercise also. All those things. So similarly, the ocean, if there is an ocean, nobody wants to go into the ocean. Why? Because it's very deep, unless you are a professional swimmer. But if we take chanting, we can become professional swimmer in the ocean of love. Otherwise, we will go into the ocean of kama. There is ocean of lust, and there is an opposite of that is ocean of love. Everything we experience in this world, even the so-called love stories, whether you take Shakespeare's characters, who are they? What are they? Romeo and Juliet, or Laila Majnu, all these Arabian Nights and all these stories, right? Whatever you take, they are not actually they're not love, actually, honestly speaking. It is just they may be love, but just an iota. This is just a shadow of the original love. It's actually shadow. Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur always uses this word, right? What is called? Not perverted. He uses the shadow. There is a Sanskrit word for it. I forgot. I just went blank. Prabhuji? Shadow. Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Yes, Bhaktivinoda Thakur Mataji. Pratibimba. Something like that. Yeah, there is another word. Pratibimba is reflection, but shadow, there is a word. I forgot. Semblance. He also uses the word semblance. It is not the real. It is just a semblance. Like kids will have their toy cars. A kid will own his Lamborghini toy car. It is not even normal car. But the real Lamborghini is so costly. Right? It is just a semblance of that. It is not real. All Chinese products otherwise. You can call that. Right? So, what you are seeing in all these Laila Majnu and all these stories is just a semblance of the original love. Original love is ahaituki apratihata. Ahaituki means? No. Ahaituki. Hetu nahi hai uske. There is no reason. Yeah, there is no reason. I love Krishna because Krishna has blue color. I love blue color. That is not love. Or I love Krishna or Rama because last time I went to Bhadrachalam, I got green card. So I love. Like that, something like that. It is not because of that. Or H1B processing is done fastly for me. Or my back pain is now gone suddenly. Or, things like that. Or I had a light. All kinds of flavors will come. Those things are all, nothing has to do with the pure devotional service. One day we will discuss about the devotional, the qualities of pure devotional service. It's given in the first chapter of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. That we will discuss one day. We will go deep. But anyways, so where was I? Shadow. Yeah. It is just a semblance, all this what we are experiencing. So, but this chanting actually awakens the true love for Krishna and it gives transcendental bliss. Transcendental bliss is again one of this word. Transcendental has been cheaply used many times because in English, everything is transcendental, dental, dental, mental, all things are coming. But it is a transcendental actually means it's completely that is cannot be described. It's inexplicable. The bliss that you experience is not explainable. So much of literature has been given, but yet we cannot explain what you will taste. Right? So this is all theory only for us. Not even for, I cannot say for us, I cannot generalize it. For me, it is all theory. Theory only. If you do, but one thing is there in this theory is that from the ages and ages and ages, all the sages are saying, chant Hari, Hare Baba, just chant. And I'm saying, can't. I can't. So if you add H, Hari, then we can. So in fact, we should take it as a challenge. That if the mind is telling, if we are not chanting, all of us are, if any of us are not chanting at all, we should take this as a challenge. Somehow or the Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, mind is the greatest friend or the worst enemy. It is mutually exclusive. Okay, mind is the greatest friend. He can be the greatest friend, or he can be the worst enemy. Worst enemy. So you have to somehow or the other make friendship with your mind. First of all, distinguish your true self from the mind. I don't know, until you really go deeper and become introspective, it is not possible. Otherwise everything, mind क्या कौन देखा mind और क्या टाइम को मेरे को रसगुल्ला मिला क्या अगर उनके प्लेट में और मेरे प्लेट में he has 5 items, I have 4 items. So make sure that I get 6 items so that I can show that my plate has 6 items and he has only 4 or 5 items. मतलब खाने के लिए, वर्क के लिए अलग बात है. When it comes to work, he has to have more items and I should have less items because I want to do less work and more enjoyment. Right? So this comparison, this thing and that thing for this vanka and for this brinjal and this for that, this thing and all we are calculating and then fighting. When will we go deep? Right? We have to go deep. Again, I have to go deep, not we. Everybody has their own journey. Otherwise, ahara, nidra, bhaya, maithunancha. आहार मतलब मस्त खाया मैंने सराना भवन में निद्रा अरे मैं 5 स्टार होटल न्यूयॉर्क में टाइम स्क्वायर पे एकदम मस्त लग्जरियस होटल पे मैंने ये बुक किया और वहाँ पे सोया. आहार निद्रा भया मतलब I defend myself with greatest nuclear technology. I have the greatest security system installed in my home. I have all kinds of security systems everywhere. Maithunancha. I am procreating nicely, reproducing next generation and having fun. If my life is only this and this, and even not only this, even for us, actually, for devotees, we've been coming to satsang for how many years? We're coming for many years. Yeah, 6-7 years. And if this becomes another pious entertainment, what is the use? That's okay. Every मस्त रखे, अरे साधु अपना सत्संग जा रहे हैं या हाँ जा रहे हैं, क्योंकि वहाँ पे मस्त एकदम entertainment, pious entertainment. Because our taste has increased. That's all. थोड़ा सा. So we'll come and Hari Bol, Hare Krishna, bus, have some nice prasadam and then just do continue. Ahara nidra bhava-maha-davagni-nirvapanam. I'm talking about myself. I'm doing the same thing. So I'm telling myself. So that's why Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur says, take a chappal and then beat this nonsensical mind. अरे बाबा चैंट बोलने से बिल्कुल नहीं चैंट नहीं कर रहा है यार, सच में it is not chanting. So take a chappal. Actually, all of you, please throw a chappal on my face. Seriously. I deserve to be beaten on the streets for not, having a controlled mind. So this, we have to take this. That is the beauty of Siksastakam. It is telling me, Baba, chant, really make this a priority in your life. I have this chanting mala and I'm watching Netflix. Wow, how shameful it is. All of you actually should spit on my face, seriously, for this nonsensical mind. So we have to take this. We have to take this seriously. The next sloka is Nam akari bahudha Nija sarva shaktis Tatrarpita niyamita Smaranena kalaha Etadrishitava kripa Bhagavan mamapi Durdaivam idrisham Ihajanina anuragaha. Anybody would like to volunteer to read, Prabhu?
O my Lord, your holy name alone can render all benediction to living beings, and thus you have hundreds and millions of names, like Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names, you have invested all your transcendental energies. There are not even hard and fast rules for chanting these names. O my Lord, out of kindness, you enable us to easily approach you by your holy names. But I am so unfortunate that I have no attraction for them.
See, the Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is speaking of this, conditioned soul like us, like myself. O my Lord, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, in your holy name there is all good fortune for the living entity. And therefore you have many names such as Krishna and Govinda by which you can expand yourself. You have invested all your potencies in those names, but there are no hard and fast rules for remembering them. कुछ भी rule भी नहीं है. Rules नहीं है. Complete given access to these holy names. Easy. Do we have to pay? Do we have to put any dollars in a machine to chant? If we want to do Satyanarayan Vrata, how much is there money involved? Yeah. If you go to Hindu temple, the Panditji will charge $200 at least. And then the paraphernalia required for that is at least another $200, $400. Then you have to invite everybody, then you have to make dinner, that's another $100. So $500 minimum. To chant the holy name, how many dollars? Zero. One may come and say, my billing rate is $150 an hour, and I have to chant, 2 hours. So it's $300. So one may come and say, who knows? Kaliga minds, like myself. So, but at least, $300. Let's say your billing rate is $150 per hour. Because time is money. So it is worst case, it is $300 per day. That is the thing. If you think that, okay, I can make more $300 and not chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, that is, one's own. That is what actually I do. When I deprioritize Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, that is exactly what I am doing. When I am deprioritizing and watching Netflix, when I am supposed to chant Hare Krishna, that means what I am saying is my entertainment is more priority than holy names. When I deprioritize and watch or while working I'm doing this. That means my business is more important than if I'm driving to work, my work, and I'm chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And while going to the work, I'm chanting like this. That means I am deprioritizing the holy names. Arey kaun dekha hai yaar? Holy name kuch bol rahe, My going to my work is important. Going back to God baad mein dekha jayega. Let me go to my work while chanting, parallel tasking. Like that. So that is all it is. Actually, that is what I'm doing. If I'm doing that, that's all it is. That is the reality, harsh reality. Save time. Yes. This is waste of time. I'm actually telling myself, because I haven't believed that this is priority in my life. So if I am doing this fake chanting, actually I'm cheating myself. I'm cheating myself. So there are no hard and fast rules. My dear Lord, although you bestow such mercy upon the fallen conditioned soul by liberally teaching your holy names, I am so unfortunate. Durdaivam matlab kya hai malum hai? I'm most misfortunate. Manda sumanda matayo manda bhagyo upadhrita. Bhagavatam says, this Kaliuga people are the most prayan alpa aisha sabhya. Prayan alpa aish. The most uncontrolled, unfortunate, misfortunate, whatever you call it in English. Kaliuga, Endra Prabhu uses the word, Kaliuga rejects. We are rejected, dustbin mein, throw kiya jaisa living entities. Because the rest of the 3/4 of the creation is in the spiritual world. The purest souls are in the spiritual world. Few people of the causeless mercy, they come and actually intervene. When we get a first time interaction with a pure Vaishnava, the devotee of the Lord. When I use the word Vaishnava, be careful. It's Vaishnava means, for example, in the South India, there is a Vaishnava is also seen as a separate sect of caste. I'm not talking about the caste Vaishnavas. I'm talking about the pure Vaishnavas. The Vaishnavas are the true sold out servants of Lord Shri Krishna or Vishnu. When these Vaishnavas, when they come and tell, hey, and interact with us and then give us an opportunity, that is actually a direct hand of Krishna himself. Krishna is saying, Baba, aajao, because he cannot directly talk to us. Krishna speaks through Bhagavad Gita. Krishna speaks through friends. Krishna speaks through well-wishers. Krishna speaks through mother. Krishna speaks to father, a true friend, everybody. He is continuously giving these indications. Baba, don't waste time, please come somehow. I've been waiting. Right? So, durdaivam, idrisham. So much I am misfortunate. Iha, in this holy name, ajani means not born, na, iha jan, na anuraga. I don't have any interest in this holy name. Caitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, oh my Lord, you have given your holy names, but I'm so misfortunate that I don't have any attraction for your holy names. Zero attraction for holy names. Kya jane wale yaar? All we have to. That's why Nityananda Prabhu is coming and begging. One day, Amarendra Prabhu was saying, and somebody asked, why did he do that? He has put in, he puts the grass between his teeth and falling on the feet of everybody and saying, Papa, please. अरे भाई बोलो हरि का नाम ले लो, बोलो हरि. He's saying हरि बोल हरि का नाम ले लो, and he's falling at the feet, and he says, I will what you call, roll in front of your door, I will become your slave. He's saying, whatever, you can kick me, you can do anything, but please take the holy name. That is the mercy. That is called mercy. So, but I don't have any attraction to your holy names, my Lord. That is what Caitanya Mahaprabhu is saying. This is the second shloka. Okay, we discussed this, so that's why I'm moving forward fastly. Then the third one is the most famous one. Trinadapi sunichena tarorapi sahishnuna amanina manadena kirtaniya sadahari. Anybody, Mataji's volunteers to read?
In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly.
Thank you, Mataji. So here, Caitanya Mahaprabhu is saying how one can chant the qualities. First, we have to get started. Chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram 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 Hare. We can get started slowly, bringing the attention to the the holy name and all. But eventually, unless one should have this feeling of Trunadapi Sunichena, we have discussed it so many times. Truna matlab grass part. So Trunadapi Sunichena, matlab kya hai? Humbler than a blade of grass. As devotees in the corporate world, in the businesses, everywhere we are interacting, there is always conflict. Of course, we should stand for the truth, no doubt. We should stand for the truth, but at the same time we should be detached. Unless we practice this humility has to be experienced in every aspect of life, every single aspect of life. Whether it's an internal challenge, the fact that I am not able to stick to my, for example, food habits, for example. That means what? Nature is humbling me. Is it not? The fact that I am not able to control my anger. Every single second I am getting too much of angry. And sometimes I feel so bad. It comes out so much. So what does that mean? If too much of angry is coming, means matlab I humble hu? Nahi hai. So the fact that I am not humble, the fact that the anger is coming more on me, means the nature is telling that I am humbler. But I am not seeing that. My view has to be sold out. It has to be exactly the way I plan. My agenda. And it happens at the work, it happens at the business, it happens in personal relationships. Father and son, is going through that. Mother and daughter is going through that. We have seen that all that. Wife and husband is going through that. Everywhere the same thing. So when will we get? If we are having a very tough relationship in our home or in the office or in our life, start now looking at that as an opportunity to become humble. Please remember this one. Again, easy when the significant wife or husband has a nice discussion, and when the extraterrestrial objects are flying around, then it is very difficult. And during that time, don't bring this, okay? On others. Hey, Trunadapi Sunichena, tum chup kar. It is to be applied to others, right? Yes? Mata is saying yes. No? Is this principle to be applied on others or on us? So don't use the Shastra as a Shastra. Never use the Shastra as a Shastra. Never. And especially if somebody is going through reversal, don't now come and tell Siddhanta, Arey Prabhu, you are in Maya. You are not this body. Kya chal raha hai? Don't never do that. That's very, very wrong. That means that person hasn't understood himself. Rather than applying on oneself, he is looking to how to apply on others. Whenever dogmatic thing comes on to people, understand that person is trying to enforce on others. This is a self-realization. It is not community realization or other realization. Right? It's very, very crucial. One has to apply it on. Okay. Good. Not others, right? Yeah.
This is the answer for we don't have a taste of holy name because of false ego.
Yes, Prabhu. Wow. Yeah, correct.
If we take off the false ego, then probably we'll have better taste. We can chant better.
Yeah. The false ego matlab ahamkar, matlab I am the boss. Right? And true ego matlab opposite of that is I am the servant of the servant of the servants of the Lord Shri Krishna. Yeah. Everything can be beautifully spiritualized in our life. Every single thing. Every single thing. You taking your kid to karate class can be spiritualized. You buying a mango can be spiritualized. You going to no, don't take this and literally go to the jewelers now and that guy will, all the Matajis will line up now. You going and buying a necklace to your wife or a wife buying something for the husband, either way, can be spiritualized. It is a beautiful life that we have, that we put ourselves, ahamkar, ourselves. When we remove ourselves and then put Krishna in the center, I will take my kid to karate class because Krishna gave me a wonderful, greatest gift in the form of this nice child. Today I was thinking, I was just thinking through how this temple, please come, Prabhuji, please come. Yeah. How this temple of Radha Krishna temple that we have, the Kalachandji's temple that we have, I realized actually this is true. Every single devotee, at least the devotees I'm saying, okay? Of course, Krishna is taking care of all the living entities, no doubt, right? But what I'm saying, personally I felt that every single devotee's kid is, their life is personally handled by Kalachandji. And the day will come, all these jewels, this small kid who is sitting there, that small kid who is sleeping there, they will become the greatest examples in the society. They will take spiritual life, Krishna consciousness to the deepest level. Every single child of all the devotees, everybody who is in this room, their children will be the greatest, unlimitedly glorious kids they will become because of Kalachandji's mercy. Because there are some pure souls, Vaishnavas, who prayed for all of us. Guaranteed. Yeah. Krishna. Yeah. Krishna is, yeah. And Krishna's mercy is there. But when the devotee of a Krishna, he prays, that is even more. That is the reason why in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is saying, my dear Arjuna, declare it boldly that my devotee never perishes. You declare boldly. He could have said, I declare boldly that my devotee never perishes. But he is saying, because Krishna, if he gives a word, he can break it. We have seen that. Right? Krishna said that I will not take any astra. But when Bhishma Dev provoked him, he came on to him to kill his own. He came on to kill his own devotee. Right? He broke the word. But if a devotee gives a word, guaranteed there is no, Krishna cannot. He has to listen to that. That is the very reason bhakti is not given to us. The true love for Krishna is not given. You want name, you will become celebrity, but you cannot be given Krishna. Bhakti cannot be given. You can be given fame, you can become extremely famous, but no, you will have all the name in the world, you will have all the fame in the world, you will have all the strength in the world, you could be an Olympic champion. Krishna says, oh, you want an Olympic champion or bhakti? We cannot. Bhakti I will not give. Krishna, Krishna, please, God, God. Somebody will say Krishna, someone will say Rama, right? Somebody will say Jehovah, somebody will say Allah. All these are names for the same absolute truth. Like mango in Hindi is called Aam, in Sanskrit it's called something, in different Spanish it's called something else, like that. We're all referring to the same thing. So Krishna, Rama, Allah, Jehovah, whatever you call, that Supreme Lord Shri Krishna gives. What am I talking? I'm kind of lost myself. Bhakti he will not give. Yeah, he will give everything else, but he will not give bhakti. You pray, oh Krishna, please, God, 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 give me bread. He will throw bread. But he will not give Krishna. He will not give bhakti. I want I want my green card. Yeah, go ahead. No problem. I want to fly. Okay? You can, that skill will be awarded. Anything you ask in this world is guaranteedly granted. You think that it's not granted. Some desires needs the fructification of that in order for that material nature to facilitate that. For example, I want to completely always sleep. Too much. I want to sleep. That is my wish. Who's the Kala? Not Kumbhakarna. Muchukunda. Muchukunda is the greatest. We were sleeping all the time, right? So if you want to sleep all the time completely, And if it's not, let's say you want to sleep all the time, but you are working on a 16-hour shift always. You want to sleep, but you have 16 hours. 16-hour shift, matlab it will always two shifts. Sometimes you cannot sleep. Then the material nature has to arrange that for you, right? So you may become a polar bear. Okay, beta, you want that? Chalo. I want to eat any nonsense. There was one Prabhuji, he has become now a devotee, but prior to in his previous life, he said, he made fun. Hey, you guys eat anything nonsense. I will eat anything that is moving. I will eat anything normal, any excuse my language, but if I eat anything, then you will become a pig in the next life. Right? So like that, So whatever we desire, that the material nature facilitates it at the end of the day. You want anything that is given except Krishna Prema. Because if Krishna Prema is given, if the love for the God or bhakti is given, then what happens is the supremely Ishvara, the supreme controller becomes your servant. Then there is a huge problem, right? He doesn't want to give the keys. Your small child is immature. Will you give the keys to the home and then leave all the responsibility on that person? You will not, right? So the God will become your servant. God will become your servant. The Supreme Lord will become an infinitesimal Atma's servant. That is why it is not given. You will get anything you want except Krishna Prema. Now, to get the Krishna Prema, that is a complete different equation. That requires a different mindset. Right? If you want to settle, if we are always searching for happiness everywhere. But if you want the supreme thing, then the effort has to be supreme too. Right? And it is not given because you did this effort. It is not given. A beggar cannot demand, he will not come to the, in Hyderabad or wherever in Delhi, the beggars are also knocking on the door. Baba Paisa. Or at home in the good old days, they'll come and, Maji, kuch to dijiye, roti, kuch to aise, right? And Maji gives roti. Then he says, aaj paneer butter masala nahi hai kya? Then remove this, I want only paneer butter masala or teen. He will not give an order, the beggar. Beggar, what he does, at the most he can do beg. Right? A beggar is not. So our mercy for love for the Supreme Absolute cannot be demanded. Oh, I built so many temples. I gave charity. And I put a tag that is anonymous also. I anonymously donated $10,000 to the temple. But Krishna, you are not giving. What is this? We cannot demand. Knowingly or unknowingly, however you give, whatever you give. Right? Patram, that's why the emotional, the rasa of purely just Krishna, I'm just doing this only for you. Patram pushpam phalantoyam. Yome bhakta prayachati. Yeah. So Krishna is saying, with love, if you give even a patram is leaf. Toyam, water. Pushpam, flower. Phala means a fruit, a simple fruit. You go to the sabji mandi, you buy everything, but one buy exclusively only for Krishna. Then that is bhakti. Yeah? So trunadapi sunichena taroreva sahishnuna amanina manadena. I'm ready to give respect for everybody without expecting anything. Zero expectation. When we've discussed that, right? I think I'll move past, because otherwise recap itself will go. So today we'll do this one. Fourth one. Because we have covered all this, so we have discussed enough on this in the past. Anybody? Okay. Na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim. Kavitam va jagadisha kamaye. Mama janmani janmanishvare. Bhavatat bhaktir ahaitu kitvayi. Anybody like to volunteer to read? Kids can do it. Yeah, go ahead, beta. Wow. Yeah, so you can keep it there, Prabhuji. Yeah. So this is na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim, kavitam va jagadisha kamaya. O Lord of the universe, I do not desire material wealth, materialistic followers, a beautiful wife, or a free-to activities described in flowery language. All I want, life after life, is unmotivated devotional service unto you. So Caitanya Mahaprabhu is giving this. My dear Lord Shri Krishna, I do not want any material wealth from you, nor do I want followers. So it's the same thing. Yeah? So what did he say? What Caitanya Mahaprabhu is saying? I don't want dhanam. Can we dare to say, Krishna, from tomorrow onwards, I don't want dhanam. Paycheck में एक सेंट का paycheck में एक सेंट का discrepancy आया, immediately raise that help desk ticket, call everybody, right? No, it should. I mean, there's nothing wrong in it. We should do that. Why? Because that is our due. Whatever the effort that we put in, we should. But at a higher level, can I say that I don't want money? Don't even jokingly say that, because if you really mean it, Krishna will grant that. Sure. That is why he is called Hari also sometimes, right? So, na dhanam, na janam, right? A real Vaishnava, forget about all this, a true devotee of the Lord, right? He does not even want liberation, mukti. A Vaishnava does not desire even liberation. What to speak of this dhanam, janam, right? Kavitam, sundarim. Sundarim means a beautiful woman, and for the opposite sex, basically for men it is the other one, and for women it is the other person, handsome people, right? He wants simply Krishna. He doesn't want to settle down for anything else. He doesn't want to settle down even for the riches of who is the richest guy now? Elon Musk. Elon Musk or नहीं वो अपना CEO. Okay, that guy is a wealthy guy. Okay, so a Vaishnava, a devotee who is just sweeping a floor in the temple somewhere in the corner, does not want to settle down to the riches that he has, Elon Musk has, because he has seen something else. You may say he's a foolish guy, right? But a Vaishnava, a pure devotee of the Lord, does not want that. Dhanam, actually, in the story of Bali Maharaj, in Srimad Bhagavatam, there is a wonderful explanation of Bali Maharaj. Bali Maharaj was encountered with Vamanadev, right? Vamanadev is who? Vishnu, one of the incarnations of Lord Vishnu himself. So he asked for how many steps? 3 steps. So this for the Bali Maharaj is from the Devata side or the demon side? Which? Rakshasas, right? And who is the guru for them? Sukracharya. You're all very, very learned people. Yes. So Sukracharya is telling Bali Maharaj, he's saying, okay, this person, means he's pointing to Vamandev. This person falsely appearing as a brahmachari is actually the Supreme Personality of Godhead Hari, who has come in this form to take away all of your land, wealth, beauty, power, fame, education, anything you considered valuable in your life, everything, your social security number, your 401k plan, your stock portfolio, whatever you call it, everything, your Bitcoin, your this thing, that thing, all the things is going to take away. After taking everything from you, he will deliver it to Indra, your enemy. Not only that, he will take away, he will again put you in the... Let's say if somebody says, hey, this person has come to ask you something, he's going to take you all of your wealth, 401k, everything, and then he's going to hand over to Pakistani people. What will he... Not only taking away, ulta. Shukracharya is saying, and he's saying he's the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is the greatest, he is the Ishvara, the Supreme Lord himself. And he's telling, right? Will you agree for that proposal? Huh? But Bali Maharaj agreed? Agreed. That is why Bali Maharaj is being discussed after even 5,000 years. That is why his charitra has been given has been documented in Srimad Bhagavatam. Not my story or your story or our stories, right? That is the greatness. In spite of knowing that you'll be handed over to the enemy, in spite of looting everything that you ever had, he rejects his guru. So one can reject his guru if that guru is deviating you from the absolute truth. Only one time one can reject guru this is the scene. Or if the guru himself falls down. One can reject the guru. Then if guru falls down, he is no more is a guru anymore. Or if the guru is deviating, distracting you from the actual purpose of life. So Bali Maharaj did that. So na dhanam. Bali Maharaj said no to dhanam. He said sundarim, kavitam. Kavitam means greatest flowery language. Name, fame, all that. Na dhanam, na janam, na sundar. Janam is another thing. Especially for those who are in the managerial positions, in the leadership positions, followers is the greatest happiness that you won't explain. I run this so-called vertical business unit. I got 80 people rolling into my organization. So, you put it on LinkedIn, you put it on, it is an inexplicable ananda, right? If you're a manager or, I am a great, satsang leader, or, my Bhakti-vriksha, I have 10 Bhakti-vrikshas going on, I have so many people chanting 16 rounds, I will introduce them to, leaders. That is all, this is all. Na dhanam, na janam, sundarim, right? Janam means prestige of many followers. And Acharya does not, want. Acharya means acharati iti acharya. One who teaches by his own example. And Acharya is not after this prestige from the followers. Nor does an Acharya exploit his followers. An Acharya, a true teacher, wants his student to be greater than the teacher himself. In some of the interviews I tell them, if you have been a manager and if you have promoted a direct report of yourself beyond you, have you ever done that? I have not come across any manager who has done that. Then you are a real good manager. I sometimes I put this to the interviewers, as a part of it. Of course, I put it very humbly, not to challenge them. But have you ever, you're being a manager, you're running this thing, but have you ever, then you're not an investing manager. You don't invest in your, this thing. So an Acharya selflessly extends his love, selflessly, not because of name, fame, or for an organization, or this institute, or this ism, or that ism. Truly, genuinely shares love and makes sure that his disciples or direct reports are far, far more exalted than himself. That is called self-love. Otherwise, what? My Bhakti-vriksha hai, isme 20 log hai, nobody should touch them. If somebody else is talking, I should. What is this? This is corporate culture, na? You bring corporate culture to your bhakti sadhana, what is the use? Right? So, na dhanam, na janam. Followers is the worst thing. Or if you suddenly, everybody actually should become a leader, honestly. Everyone should lead Bhakti-vrikshas. We should not actually be sitting like this. How much we will listen, right? Come on, we have to take this process. We have to chant more, become more serious, and then you all have wonderful. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur told Srila Prabhupada, you speak beautiful English. You should spread this message of Bhagavad Gita to the entire world. Why should they be deprived? Krishna never said, aham bija pradapita. Bhoktaram yajnatapasam. No. What is the shloka? Or, Bhagavatam also, savai pumsam paro dharmo. It is talking about the humanity. It's not talking about people from India. Bhagavad Gita, wherever it is, anywhere it's mentioned that it is meant only for people from India. Then why should the rest of the people, rest of the world should be deprived of that knowledge? One Prabhuji was asking, Prabhuji, आप लोग ये सत्संग गित्संग सब करते हो ना? आपको कुछ funds मिलता है क्या? One guy asked me, truly, why are you preaching? Why are you he said, preaching and all this. Why are you sharing all these things? कुछ funds कुछ मिलता है क्या? Because that is what, the other missionaries are doing it, right? When you share, the experience multiplies. And when you share happiness, it expands. When you share what? It expands. And when you share sorrow, it divides. Man halka ho jayega ekdam. So don't be an introvert, especially if you are going through reversals and all. Have one true friend who is non-judgmental, who does not judge you. Genuinely, one should reveal their heart. Otherwise, I have one Prabhuji that I can reveal my heart. Like that, everybody should have that person. Whoever that is, in your circles, in your devotional relationships, or, corporate world, you should have a mentor. You should have one person where you can, without any hesitation, should be able to reveal your heart. Because that person is non-judgmental and that person can help you. Right? So, Janam. So the reason I'm saying is we should actually start more programs. We should spread this knowledge. Spread this love with everybody. Right? That is very, very important. And when you do that, you will become your own self. You will become yourself the leader for that group. And when you become the leader, you should have this. Na dhanam, na janam, kavitam va jagadishakam, sundarim. Now I have followers, all this, and then we get lost. It's no problem. Then it is just a corporate show. So genuinely, humbly, when people come to your program, once you have your program, it is an opportunity to serve, because Krishna, your Guru has directly sent those people. Help them. The best we can ever do. When you do that, when you take this, when you learn it, when you experience it, and when you share it with the world, the happiness will multiply. I'm telling you, the Krishna consciousness life will you will become extremely more blissful when you do that. Genuinely, when you do that. Otherwise, you'll also become happy because you have more followers, more name, more everything. You can also, it's a trap. You will have more bhakta rikshas, you will have more followers, you will have more people appreciating you, but no bhakti. Tilak rahega, dhoti rahega, sab rahega, natak sab rehta hai. And I will strongly believe that now I am a great person also. I'll strongly subscribe to the notion that I can give lectures, I can sing, I can, lead people. And that is the greatest trap. Greatest trap. And that's why Caitanya Mahaprabhu wanted these people. Caitanya Mahaprabhu, what is he saying? Na dhanam, or he is saying, I want more dhanam, more janam, more kavitam. Let there be glories written on my name. Did he say that, or he said, na dhanam, na janam? Blind followers is another thing, again, let's not get it. Sundarim, very, very important. There is a famous Alvar in South India. His name is Kulashekar Alvar. And he's written a beautiful, prayer, Mukunda Mala Stotra. It's been nicely translated by Srila Prabhupada. One should read that. And in that he says, Naham vande tava charanarayor dvandvam advandaheto. Na aham vande tava charanarayor. My Lord, your lotus feet, I'm not worshipping your lotus feet. Dvandva means your two lotus feet. Advandaheto. Just so that I get liberated from these dualities of life. Advanda matlab, dvandva means duality. Advandva means non-duality. Means this illusion and all. We are all chanting so that we want to get away from Maya, right? He's saying, I'm not worshipping you, my Lord, your lotus feet, just for the sake of, getting liberated from these dualities. Kumbhi pakam gurum api hare narakam na apanetum. Na apanetum, I don't want to avoid. He's saying, I'm not praying you, my Lord, to avoid kumbhipakam. Kumbhipakam means, according to our karmic reactions, of course, for a devotee it doesn't, but, for a person who is not a devotee or who hasn't made any effort to become spiritual in life, kumbhipakam, or even for so-called devotees also, right? If karma doesn't go well, Right? Kumbhi Pakam means it's a planet where we have been nicely fried, aloo fry, aloo tikka masala, all that they say, right? So we will be fried nicely. Narakam na apanetum. I'm not doing this to avoid either the hellish planets or these experiences, my Lord. I'm not praying for you for that. Ramya Rama Mrudu Tanu Lata Nandane Na Pirantum. Ramya, very beautiful, Mrudu, soft, touches of the experiences of the opposite sex. For a Prabhuji, it is a woman, and for a Mataji, it is husband. Not husband, sorry, I meant opposite person, a man. I am not longing. Who is saying Kulashekara Alvar? He ruled the entire South India at one point of time. He is a king. Now imagine for a king, a Kshatriya, for a Kshatriya to say that. Can a Kshatriya say that I don't want dhanam? You understand the Kshatriya spirit? They are, according to dharma itself, varnashrama dharma, actually Kshatriya can have 3 or 4 wives also, they can. Because they are extremely passionate. Right? So that person is saying, Ramya Rama Mrudu Tanu Lata Nandane Na Pirantum Na Api Rantum. I don't want to enjoy the Nandane means in the heavenly planets, these damsels. Bhave Hrudaya Bhavane Bhavayeyam Bhavantam. Bhavantam, oh my Lord. Time and again and again and again, just I want to have the experience of remembering your lotus feet in my heart. For that, I will reject Ramya Rama Mridutanu. I will reject anything in this world. Kulashekara Alvar is praying. The more the sense gratification, the longer, actually, Srila Prabhupada in the purport says, the more one is attached to the sense gratification, the longer we are basically extending our duration in this material world. So one should reduce the tendency of sense enjoyment. Slowly we have to work towards it. Sundarim. Sri Raghunath Das Goswami, in examples, greatest examples. One of our acharyas. He had so much of wealth, and it was described in the documentation of the historians that his wife was the most beautiful, but her beauty did not tie him to the home. And he ran away to the lotus feet of Caitanya Mahaprabhu. But Mahaprabhu said, no, you cannot. Go back. And you be wherever you are situated, first do your sadhana. So this does not mean that we run away from our obligations. We run away from our duties. Very, very important. Trinadapi surichena taroriva sahishnina amanina maradena kirtaniya sadahari. Sadahari means hamesha chant karna chahiye. That is correct. That spirit has to be there. But Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur very beautifully explains in his commentary, Sadahari matlab kya? Hamesha chanting karne ka. Yes? So there is suddenly you took bath, for a small baby, you are a mother, let's say. You took a bath, got up early in the morning at Brahma Muhurta time, 4 o'clock. You took bath and now you are ready, opened the curtains, and then you are doing Aarti. And while you are doing Aarti, suddenly your small baby puked or did the number 2, whatever. Does it mean Sadahari? No. Or you are executing your something, you're doing sadhana, and suddenly there is an urgency that you have to urgently go be there for your kids' violin recital, whatever. I'm just making it up. I don't know. These are examples, everyday life examples, right? No. I'm Krishna conscious. I have to Sadahari, Hare Krishna, Trinada Pisani Chaina, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. I don't want to go to recital. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur gives a practical application. Yes, but not at the cost of your obligations, your duties. Do your duty and simultaneously chant. If there is an emergency situation, your duties, those things one should not run away. So it is a immaturity of it. That's why the spiritual science has to be understood very maturely with proper guidance. It's easy to think, especially among the families, a wife or husband, one of them is very advanced. They think, मैं एकदम कृष्णा कॉन्शियस हूँ. अरे यार तुम चैंटिंग नहीं कर रहे हो यार, क्या है? always bringing Krishna in these things. Or either wife is advanced sometimes, or the Prabhuji is advanced. Either way. And the other person is not doing it. Never ever do that, to put the other person down. Every one of us are going through our own journey. Do not use this as a Shastra, cannot be used as a Shastra. Especially in the close families. Never bring that in the relationships. Very, very practical, important. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says. And never run away from the obligations. And even if there is a check on the 4 regulative principles, that is fine. I've seen families where Mataji is very, very advanced, and Prabhuji eats meat, for example, and she said, I cannot cook meat anymore because I am Krishna conscious. But the reality is, that Prabhuji is going through it. That is his need. Your duty, as a duty, you have to cook. But pray to Krishna that, I'm in this situation. I don't like to go to watch this NBA basketball game, but you have to go. Don't become false, either yahan pe bhi nahi hai, wahan pe bhi nahi. As a service to Krishna, but pray intensely. So this journey is an internal journey. This journey is a very internal journey. Don't worry because you show up at NBA basketball stadium, or you have suddenly been spotted in Cinemark. The other devotee will think, this guy is also, he's not devotee. Don't worry about the world. Do your thing. But the world is for us is Krishna. If the world is for us is Krishna, then every action, that is why when you go home, make sure that relationships are most sweetened. Please work on it. For a son, it could be with mother or daughter, with father. For a daughter, it could be with mother or father or mother-in-law or daughter-in-law. For a husband, it could be wife. For a wife, it could be husband. This is the devotee. They should feel, even if they are not. Just because of the behavior, they will want to consider becoming Krishna conscious. Nobody wants philosophy. कौन देखेगा यार philosophy? ना धर्म जन्म ये सुनेंगे और यहाँ से जाएगा और वहाँ से चला जाएगा बस. But sweeten your relationships. Right? Take the challengest relationship. Become trinadapi sunichena. Become humbler, because material nature is teaching that. And then work. I don't know. It's easy to tell all these things. But one thing I've realized in the past 5 to 10 years, I am no more running away from my relationships. No more, actually. By Krishna's mercy. And because I said this now, I will be 300% guaranteed I will be put onto the test again. But one thing, by the mercy of Vaishnavas, by the mercy of my Guru Maharaj, I will not run away from my relationships. I will not run away from my relationships. How bitter they may be. Because I will take this as Krishna's mercy. Then you will advance so much. The advancement then you will make is far. The world does not notice. There are so many Vaishnava devotees who actually come and do menial service. Never ever you will see their names on the notice board. Never ever you will see that they are there. Never ever you will even notice them. There is one Mataji in Vrindavana who used to come at 3 a.m. for the past 20-30 years. And she will do that Mangala sweets for the Lord when to wake up. Nobody knows her. There are so many devotees like that I have seen in our temple. Right? They just come, nobody knows. They are not forefront leaders. They are not publicly speaking, but they are in their heart, they are cherishing Krishna. Otherwise, what will wake you up to do laundry for the deities' clothes continuously for the last 15 years or 10 years? How come that Prabhuji or Mataji is waking up at 3 a.m. in the morning every day to do Mangala sweets, preparing sweets for the Lord? These are the lives that we have to take. How much are in Detroit? There are so many, these wonderful devotees also. They run again, 15 to 16 hours work schedule. Yet they make Krishna the priority. Every single thing that we do, you write a program, you control an organization, you are a scrum master, you are a project manager, you are a husband, you are a wife, you are a leader, you are a doctor. We have doctors also here. When you're treating your people, patients or teachers teaching, everybody, treat this as an opportunity to do that for Krishna. You'll far excel. That is bhakti, that's all. You don't need to come to the temple. You just do your profession for Krishna's sake, and when you do the best, and you will be misunderstood too. You will be criticized too. That's fine. But improvise your quality of your service and just keep going on. Only for Krishna. That is devotional. Bhakti. Bhakti is very dynamic. It is not meant as a sentimental, oh, Bhakti Yoga people, आप sentimental लोग हैं यार, एक जगह पे बैठ के सिर्फ ऐसा करते रहते हो. Not like that. ऐसा भी करते हैं, वो भी करते हैं. You are not able to sit at one place for 2 hours and then chant. Can you do that? No, because you are a slave for my own mind. I am the slave of my own mind. That's why I am not able to do that. We will do that and we will do this also. We will be the best leaders. We will be the best doctors. We will be the best professionals. We will be the best mom. We will be the best daughter-in-law. We will be the best son. We will be the best. We will achieve the greatest academics for Krishna's sake. I am writing this exam, SAT exam. I'll get the 1600 whatever for Krishna's sake. That is what a dynamic person is. That is what a devotee is. A devotee is doing everything the best for Krishna. Sundarim, Kavitam va Jagadisha Kamaye. So I think I'll not stop. If I can request another 5 minutes, because I want to. The rest of the shlokas are very, very esoteric. Not at all. I cannot even comprehend them. So there is much less for me to say. So I'll, is that okay for another 5 minutes? We can put a timer. Yes, Mata? Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for your blessings. Sorry if I'm boring you all. Einanda tanuja kinkaram patitam mam vishame bhavam budhau kripaya tava pada pankaja sthita dhuli sadrisham vichintaya. Nanda Tanuja means the son of Nanda Maharaj. Kinkaram, this servant, patitam, I'm fallen, most fallen. Vishame bhavambudha. Bhava ambudhe. Ambudhe means ocean. Bhava means this material existence. Bhavasagaram, they say, right? Bhavasagaram means what? Right now we are all in the swimming pool. We are thinking that we are not. Actually, this is called Bhavasagara. We are all swimming in this Bhavasagara, ocean of material existence. As long as I have this material body. So as long as I have this material body, Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi, Adi Tapatrayas means Adi Bhautika. If you are not understanding any of this, you should come to a Bhagavad Gita foundation class. We did that in the past. Okay. Anyway, so all these miseries are going on. That is called we are swimming in in this. Bhava Ambudho Patitam. I am most fallen in this. Kripaya, please, by your mercy, tava pada pankaja sthita dhuli. Dhuli means dust. Tava means your pada pankaja, your lotus feet, whatever the dust that is situated at that, please. Sadrasham vichintaya. Please treat me like a dust particle at your lotus feet. That is the greatest position to aspire for. The greatest unimaginable, if you go to your enterprise, if you go to your corporate org structure, you'll see this guy reporting to this guy reports roles, so all this thing you'll see. So of this whole material world, all beyond this, if you go to Brahmas, all the days of the 300 and whatever crores of demigods, all, once you go finally, the particle at the lotus feet of Lord Sri Krishna in Goloka Vrindavana cannot be equated to anything. So that is the greatest, Oh my Lord, I am your eternal servant, but because of my own fruitive activities, I have fallen into this horrible ocean of nations. Now please be causeless, merciful unto me and consider me as a particle at your lotus feet. Okay, these are all actually the stages. If you really see, the previous shloka, you are in the Nama Ruchi stage. Na dhanam na janam. Na dhanam, when can you say na dhanam? I don't want this money. Also, when can you say that? Only when you have a higher taste, you will reject the lower taste. We talked about the example, right? Crude example. If you watch Bahubali movie in a iPhone, maza nahi aata hai. Then you want to watch it in a theater, wo bhi maza nahi aata hai. Then once somebody shows, okay, no, not only in this theater, you can see it on an IMAX screen. Oh wow. No, not only in the IMAX screen, then you can IMAX with laser projection with the Dolby Atmos. Oh wow, I'll see it. So once you see that, now somebody will come and show the same Bahubali movie again on iPhone. You will not like it, right? Because you got a higher taste, then you will not like this taste. Similarly, when can you reject dhanam? Just contemplate on this. When can you reject dhanam? What experience will make you feel that you don't want money? Actually, in fact, even the material nature will make us nadhanam, involuntarily. There's so many, Rockefeller, right? That guy, his son, he said, Steve Jobs, right? Have you seen his book? In the last, he says, when he was diagnosed with cancer, that none of this matter anymore, this dhanam, all these things, for him, right? So material nature forcibly make us realize this, nadhanam najanam. So we have two choices. Either we can say ourselves, or the nature will force. How much riches you will enjoy after some time? Itna hi to pet hai. You have $1 billion. You are Swiss. The whole headache is all about how to now not give it to Uncle Sam and how to save on taxes or how to do this or do that. That headache only is going on, right? So yeah. So nadhanam najanam. For somebody to say that, he has higher taste. Hai ki nahi? So that was in the Nama Ruchi stage. When you get the Nama Ruchi, there is a Ramadas Kirtan is there, right? Ento ruchira, Shri Rama ni namam ento ruchira, ento ruchira. So I will not sing the whole thing. He's saying, oh Lord Rama, what a beautiful taste your holy name is. Just chanting. Ento ruchi means how beautiful, tasteful your holy name is. That is called Nama Ruchi stage. This is again coming from Ramadas, he is another Vaishnava Acharya. Right? So, that shloka was from that. And Naham, and this Ayananda Tanuja Kinkaram is Asakti. Once you cross through that Nama Ruchi has come, then Asakti means you are now invested into this process of chanting the holy name. Right? And actually, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur again in his commentary says that if you focus on all these 8 shlokas and chant, eventually you will be revealed with your Siddha Deha, your Siddha Swarupa. So Siddha Swarupa means your constitutional position. We all actually have a seat reserved in the spiritual world, every one of us. The journey, the yoga is nothing but to uncover that and then go take that seat. You are already given a reservation ticket. Either in hell, Yamaraj has also reserved the seat, and in Vaikuntha Loka also there is a seat reserved. Now it is only a choice whether you want to board Yamaloka flight or Vaikuntha flight. So both tickets are there in our hands. Like we were discussing right last week in Matrix movie, the Morpheus gives 2 pills, blue pill and a red pill. The blue pill, you take it, you continue to live in your matrix, you're making mortgage payments, you're taking care of football, your interest, your art, music, this thing, that thing, marriage, breakup, all these things will continue. But Neo, the hero's name is Neo in that movie. Morpheus says if you take the red pill, you will go deep down the rabbit hole. You can explore now. You'll come out of the matrix. So we are all in the matrix. Just to give you an analogy. So this choice, when the movie is based only on our Vedic wisdom, the movie is nothing but an expression of Bhagavad Gita. If you analyze the movie, it's not about fighting, action, cinematography. It's not about that. It's actually the core of that is Bhagavad Gita. If you haven't watched it, you should watch Matrix, first part. So anyway, when he is giving that choice is there. So similarly, we are being given this choice: Yamaloka flight or Goloka flight. Yama or Goloka. That's all. If we want to choose to go Goloka flight, then we have to take this process seriously. Seriously, as serious as you would take anything in life very seriously. Would you take your health seriously? Right? So we have to take something like that. Just to give you an analogy, I'm saying. What do you consider? Okay, here is an exercise, all of you. When you go home, actually I'll give 10 seconds now. Let's see. What are the 3 things in your life? Do an exercise right now. Close your eyes, all of you. 3 things that you think. You don't have to tell anybody. You don't have to put it on Facebook. Okay, just do it for yourself. What are the 3 top things that I'm extremely serious about in my life? Forget about whether you want to achieve them or I am not able to be there and all that. Don't worry about the process or how to get there or the difficulties and the blockers. Just simply acknowledge, these are my priorities. If everything goes well for me, if I am in a perfect utopian world, what are the 3 things that I would want to prioritize in my life? Take that exercise, 20 seconds. So, Siddha Deha is the constitutional. We have that our original constitutional position in the world. Yeah. So that will be revealed by this. Here is a secret. It is so easy to say because it's even I haven't experienced it, but I'll at least say what the Acharyas have said. This is where the esoteric aspect of these teachings come into picture. It has to be only tasted by those who have experienced it, right? So once the Siddha Deha is revealed, you will have, just like a banyan seed has roots, trunks, branches, leaves, flowers, fruits, everything, it manifests from that seed. Similarly, when we chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra like that, intensely every day, eventually we'll know what is that reserved seat is. Okay, what that seat is. Means you will know your identity, you know your name, you know your activity, your dress, your color, you will know how you're going to, you will have an exclusive service to Krishna. Your rasa means what? A mellow. Like a father and a son has a what rasa? Vatsalya rasa. If 2 friends we has what? Sakhya rasa. Right? And a master and a servant has what kind of rasa? Dasya rasa. Then a mom, we discussed, right? Vatsalya rasa we discussed. Similarly, 2 girlfriend and a boyfriend or a wife and husband, Madhurya rasa, right? Conjugal love. So these relationships, we all have one of these. Either we have, constitutionally, either we are in one of these rasas with Krishna. We may be in the parental affection with Krishna. Some people will be Bal Gopal, Laddu Gopal, right? They love that. Somebody may be in Vatsalya rasa, or somebody may be in the Madhurya rasa. But one cannot be imitating this. ऐसा नहीं कि अगर चलो मैं आज इमेजिन करूँगा. So without, Sri Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur very clearly says that without any endeavor your Siddha Swarupa will be revealed when you do the process. One should not artificially do it and start thinking that I am now exalted devotee. My Siddha Swarupa is somebody was doing like this, my Siddha Swarupa in spiritual world is I am a parrot. And I'll fly and all this kind of nonsense. They'll start dressing like that. They'll start acting as if I'm parrot. Those bhavas cannot be revealed. Will you reveal what is happening in the 4 walls between a wife and husband to the world? Will they put a Facebook live? One cannot. You cherish that. It is a moment of only intimacy that is between you and Krishna. So do not make it public and make it cheaper. One cannot artificially imitate that. And then the last shloka, the 6th shloka is Nayanam galad ashrudharaya vadanam gadgadarudhaya gira pulakair nichitam vapuh kada tava nama grahane bhavishyati. My dear Lord, when will my eyes be beautified by filling the tears which constantly glide down I chant your holy name? Oh my Lord, when will my eyes be decorated with tears of love flowing constantly when I chant your holy name? When will my voice choke up and when will the hairs of my body stand on end at the recitation of your names? These are basically in the bhava stage. When you get into the bhava stage, no, done. The 6th and 7th only I'm reading, that's all. These are the most advanced things. These are ashtasattvika bhavas when you chant. Cannot be imitated. I cannot even explain. It is theory for me for now. And the next one is Yugaitam nimishena chakshusha pravrasayitam shunyayitam jagat sarvam govinda virahename. This is vipralamba bhava. Vipralamba bhava means love in the mood of separation. Now I cannot live. Yugaitam, one small second is appearing to me like millions and millions of things. Especially if you are in love, especially remember those days when you originally was in love before your marriage and the engagement happened, and now you are in continuously, and those days I don't know what you used. Phone? Email? You go to internet cafe and then start doing these things, right? Yugaitam nimishena, every 1 second. Oh, my dear, yesterday you didn't come to the internet cafe, and you're calling, suddenly your phone bill will rise, right? Or after marriage also, suddenly your wife or your kids went home. There would have been time whether either wife or husband would have gone to the India and you are staying here. Has anybody experienced that? Don't feel shy. Yeah. So then you are missing. As soon as you see the chappal of your wife or some dress of your kids, you'll immediately remember. And I can't. And after 1 month, 2 months, when will you come? When will you come? That feeling will be there, right? That is what it is. Vipralamba bhava. Okay. Yugaitam chakshusha. My Lord, Govinda, feeling separations, I'm considering a movement to be like 12 years or more. Tears are flowing from my eyes like torrents of rain. I'm feeling all vacant in the world in your absence. Are you feeling towards Krishna like that? Krishna, Kalachanji, when will I see you? Every moment. Right? No. Abhi temple jana hai yaar. 30 miles jana ka hai. It's a continuous fight every week. Right? So that is what it is. Ashlishya padaratam pinastumam adarshnan marmahatam karotu va yatha tatha va vedhatu lampato mad prananatastu sa eva na aparaha. This is another greatest, the final. This is Prema Bhakti stage. Let Krishna, I know no one but Krishna as my Lord, and he shall remain so even if he handles me roughly by his embrace or makes me the broken hearted by not being present before me. He is completely free to do anything and everything, for he is always my worshipable Lord unconditionally. Kuch reversal ho gaya hamara apne life mein, forget about Krishna consciousness. Many times I have seen that. If Krishna rehta to aisa hota tha kya? Right? Simple reversal happens. But she is saying, let the reversals be that he is my Lord. This is actually the innermost feelings of Srimati Radharani. She says actually, if Krishna likes a specific gopi, I will go become an eternal servant of that gopi and take the hand of that gopi and give it in the hands of Krishna. So that is the mood of our Supreme Mother. Remember, everybody say Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. The Supreme Mother's mood is, she will prioritize you. If Krishna thinks that you are if Krishna has the slightest inclination of on you, she will take you and give it to Krishna. And she will deprioritize herself. That is the mood of our Supreme Mother, Srimati Radharani. Right? Srimati Radharani is the mother for all of us, for all the living entities. Just like how Krishna is saying, Aham bija pradah pita. Pita is Krishna. I am the seed giving father. And that's why we are chanting Hare. Hare means what? Who is Hare? Radharani. Hara means the energy of the Lord. The Haladini Shakti. The Shakti of the Lord is Hare. In fact, actually, we don't pray to Krishna because Krishna is supreme. We pray to Krishna. Our mood is, we pray to Krishna because Radharani loved him. Our application is going through mom. Guaranteed application will be guaranteedly it will be approved. So हमारा gang अलग सा है. We don't care about Krishna actually. We care about Radharani. So this is the mood of Radharani. So please extremely put your application of your prayers through mother. Mom will take care. Yeah. So I'll stop here. So please chant these shlokas. Practice this. Shlokas actually. Every day when you're chanting, take one shloka and practice it. Recite. And actually this should become by heart also. So focus your chanting every day on these things, including myself. I will also do it. And then, according to Sri Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, our Siddhadeha one day will be revealed. That is the greatest blessing of these Siksastakam prayers. Hari Bol. So we'll do Prasadam prayers now. Mahaprasade Govinde Nama Brahmani Vaishnave Svalpa Punyavatan Rajan Vishwaso Naivajayate Sharira Vidyaja Jada Indriya Trahekal Jive Fele Vishesagare Tara Madhye Jihva Ati Lobhomay Sudurmati Take Jetha Kathina Samsare Krishna Badodayamay Karibare Jihva Jai Swaprasada Nadilobai Sayyannamrita Pavo Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gunagavo Premeda Ko Shri Chaitanya Nitai Jai Nimai Jai Nitai Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabho Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Shri Shri Radha Kalachandji Mahaprasadam Ki Jai. So if I have spoken anything wrongly or anything, please, with your kind hearts, please excuse me, Prabhuji. I am also struggling myself. But please bless me, more than that, please bless me, so that I may chant Shuddhanam one day. Please. Hare Krishna. I'll stop here.